off the crossbar. And the Giant deflects off the goal team. The switch to left fielder down for a base hit. Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight. Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. On the deflection. On the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
And joining us today for Red Devils pregame show as the Red Devils will take on Watchung Hills is senior Marissa Bragg. So Marissa, the season hasn't quite gone the way you guys wanted it so far. What do you think have been kind of the main problems for the team at this point?
I would definitely think communication. We definitely have high games where we talk a lot and we look electric. We're on fire. But then we definitely have those games like yesterday where we struggled with communication and getting the job done.
Okay, so Marissa, you're playing a team of Watchung Hills that you beat earlier this year. What do you take from that win earlier in the season?
I mean, coming into the season, we were very questionable on where we were going to be. Only 2 returning varsity starters and 2 others with varsity experience. So coming out with the dub, the first game was very exciting and a positive start to the season. But as the challenges we face going on mid-season, I definitely think tomorrow's going to be even a better game from how much we've improved.
So Marissa, you just hit the nail on the head. This has been a young team this year, not a lot of varsity experience. Do you guys feel like you have grown and have developed as this year has gone on?
Oh, I totally think we've developed and grown as a team. I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff outside of practice to bond with each other and grow that connection so that way come game time we're just ready and set to go.
So how do you guys feel about the second half of the season right now? Again, record not great at this point, but how do you feel like things might turn around a little bit in the second half?
I mean, seeing everything that we can do in games, I mean, second half we're just looking to take it to the next step and really make our name for ourselves in states.
And that was Marissa Bragg, Red Devil Senior. Stay tuned for today's game against Watchung Hills on the HCTV live stream. And a pleasant good afternoon, Red Devil fans, and welcome to Stewart Field. A beautiful day for field hockey as the Red Devils are home today to take on the Watchung Hills Warriors. Jim Johnson along with Frank Pashota. Frank, we got a lovely day for some hockey. 2 teams that have been kind of trying to find their way a little bit this year, but let's see what our Red Devil girls do today.
Yeah, looking forward to this game. Both teams could use a win, so I expect a good matchup today.
Red Devils come into this one with a mark of just 3-7. Central dropped its game on Saturday in the quarterfinals of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex County tournament against Lenape Valley after beating Belvedere in overtime. So pretty decent showing for the 11th seeded Red Devils. I mean, there was a strong thought process, and Marissa Bragg even said so as much on the pregame show, that it was going to be a year of learning. They lost almost all of their senior players to last year. A lot of new faces on this year's team.
Yeah, that's always tough, losing some of your starters, but just take a year, kind of learn, and maybe, who knows, next year have a really good year.
So we are getting set for action here. Of course, the Red Devils 2 years ago made an absolutely remarkable second half run. Central went to the state championship game. Just a remarkable season for the girls, who were a sub 500 team midway through. Central went all the way to face Eastern High School, and Eastern High School, nobody beats them. They have when their coach retired, I think her record was roughly 514-20. I think I'm right about correct when I say that. So for Coach Sponzo and the girls to make it to the finals, they knew that was going to be the end of the line, and I think it was 9-0 they lost. But Eastern beats everyone 9-0. So just a great season it was. And last year we went into the state tournament, or excuse me, the sectionals last year. There was no state tournament. So we were a pretty decent team last year, but a lot of new faces this year. And we'll get you caught up on what's going on here as we are underway Absolutely gorgeous day, minus the lantern flies who are still everywhere. Red Devils try to get this one out. Warriors keep it in. And we have a special guest who's joined us in the booth, Maria Ippolito. Maria, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Great to have you up here. Maria is sidelined for a short spell with injury, but she's coming up to help us call this game. So Maria, as someone who's obviously been with the team and been around it, kind of a rough start for you guys at the outset, but I talked to Marissa on the pregame show. She said she feels real confident that you can get this thing going. Is that really the case across the board with the team?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think we definitely have like a lot of highlighting moments. The thing is just maintaining consistency throughout the whole game. Like we have some really great players. Everyone's super strong. We all have a really nice bond.
So Maria, when you guys knew this season was going to be, I hate to use the word rebuilding year because that implies, hey, we're not going to be very good. But you certainly knew with so many girls that graduated last year that there was going to be some holes to fill, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think coming into this season, it was definitely a learning experience going through preseason with a huge, like, almost kind of a gap because the seniors had been with us for, a long time, and we all grew really close with them. So it was a lot different preseason this year.
And as we take a look and talk a little bit about a somber day in the program, Lex Karpinski's 18th birthday. Certainly she was a stalwart in this program and passed away tragically last year. So it's great to see the girls rallying around Lex, and certainly in her memory. I know she was important to a lot of the players.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of said today was going to be like a day for her.
Well, it'd be nice to get that W today. And this is a team we've already beaten, Maria. Opened up the season with a win over Watchung Hills. What do you remember about that game?
This was a really good game for us. We had some nice passing combinations, a lot of shots on goal, so we had good experience to kind of like work on our corners and our shots. So this game was a really good game for us to like ease into the season. And they're a great team. They're always super fun to play against, but it was a really fun game.
Maria, how do you feel at this point of the year? Have you guys started to, hey, we're halfway through, I'm sure you have, feel a little more comfortable about all the teammates and the new roles you've had to have?
Yeah, I definitely think we're feeling a lot more like gelled almost. Having a bunch of sophomores step up to varsity was a bit of an adjustment at first, but it's just all that trust process, and we certainly trust them so much.
An early corner results in a goal for the Warriors, so not the start we were hoping for here at Stewart Field. Watchung gets on the board. We are almost 4 minutes into the first quarter here, 1-0 in favor of Watchung Hills. So back to that, though. It's really been that learning curve. And this is your first year on varsity, correct? Or did you play last year?
No, I was on varsity my sophomore year and a bit of my freshman year.
Yep. My apologies. So you've actually been then experienced a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You knew what those girls were. And if you were even part of that freshman year, you knew what that magic was.
Yeah.
Let's turn back the clock to that, if you could. Making that state championship, what was that run like for you guys? It was awesome. I remember that.
It was. I know one of the major things that I remember was just like having not so great of a record, but still being able to make an impact and make a name for ourselves on the state level was huge. That was definitely, I think, like the biggest thing that motivated us was just knowing like, hey, we may not have the strongest record, but we can still make it here just as any other team can.
And that still serves as motivation, I think, for this year's team, right? I mean, you guys the record isn't really what you wanted it to be at 3-7, but that team was sub 500 late in the year.
Yeah.
Boom, magic happens. And you know, when you're a part of a program, right? When you guys are winning, it's a magic carpet ride.
Yeah.
Must have felt great.
Yeah, I have such high hopes for us right now. I think we can really get it going.
Well, we're hoping we can get this one going a bit today, Maria, as Watchung's kind of controlled things offensively here in the early going. So far, what do you think the strength of this year's team has been?
I think
aside from the announcing.
I think we have a really strong I think we're really strong on defense. We have everyone gets back, which is the most important thing. I think as a defender, having like my forwards come back, everyone just, everyone wants to win, and I think that's one of our strongest attributes is that everyone has that motivation. Like there's no weakness on the team between someone who wants to win and, someone who's just there. Like we're all 100% into it and we all give our all, which I think is a really strong suit for us.
Which almost is definition, Maria, of the word, the term team, how you have to bond together. So Watchung will take this one in at midfield. We are 8:50 and counting in the first quarter. Warriors got an early goal off of a corner. Red Devils looking to kind of get the equalizer. And that's Caitlin Redmond, a sophomore. So another example maybe of young player trying to make an impact. Talk a little bit about some of these younger players who've made their mark on the varsity team this year.
So we have Caitlin, Amanda, Sloan. The three of them, they're all great. They have they just want to learn. They just want to get better, which is always I think it's the best thing. I respect them so much because they you can tell they always give their all. And I think they're perfect matches for our team.
And Maria, of course, you're just a junior, so we've got another season ahead. Not that we're looking to next year, as we got an opportunity there. That was Sydney Waldron, who had a shot, and by coincidence, Sydney is going to be our halftime guest today.
Really?
So wouldn't that be nice if Sydney put one in the back of the, what do we call it, the back of the box here, or in the net?
Cage.
In the cage,
yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to improve my field hockey vocabulary, of which it's pretty limited. So Sydney will be joining us at halftime. So if you're obviously out there watching on our live stream, perhaps Sydney's parents or grandparents, Sydney will be our halftime guest. And that is number 8, Emma Glass, one of the, we have 6 seniors on the team this year, Maria?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. Can't quite get anything going offensively so far. And we have a couple sophomore goalies, and I think they've been kind of platooning, right? Rotating. Is that Danica and Kelly?
Yes.
And of course, we mentioned before about Lex. Huge shoes to fill for those players. So a learning curve for sure as sophomores, and bright futures ahead for both.
Yeah, I think they're improving so much. I'm really proud of them. They definitely stepped up.
Well, I've noticed in talking to you, Maria, in the past few minutes, and talking to both Marissa and I'm having an old age moment right now. Marissa and Sydney, you guys are all very optimistic about where this team's going and the kind of trajectory is going up. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. I think for us, it's I think it's one of our, something to be proud of is if we lose, doesn't matter how much we lose by, we're always looking to the next game, and that really propels us and motivates us to do even better the next game.
Good. And let's hope that's my only old age minute today, or at least while I'm announcing. I'm due to have a few this evening, but if falling asleep on the couch is old age, I kind of dozed through most of the baseball game last night. But I rallied in the 8th inning. Good Dodgers-Cardinals game last night. But what's your early observations here, Maria, as somebody who knows this game just a little bit better than I do?
I think Watchung is doing a really good job putting it downfield. They kind of play like a big ball game, so they get the opportunity and they just try to get as far downfield as possible, which is always hard to defend because they usually have someone like a high forward trying to run onto that ball. So that's pretty hard to defend, but I think we're having some nice opportunities, and if we can just get our passing combinations down, I think it's going to be a really good game.
So who would you consider as our biggest rival? I know Bridgewater was a dominant program for years, but has Ridge started to take that mantle a little bit, or what's your take, then? Of course, North Hunterdon.
Yeah, I think it'd definitely be North, just because of, I guess it was my freshman year when we played them to get to states. That win over them.
That was a classic, and I remember going up, taking the ride up to Route 31. We were going to shoot and announce the game, and I think we didn't have a field up there, as I remember correctly. Our girls were up there, came up. Tell me if I'm wrong, Mr. Spencer. We went up there. Our team was there. The announcers were there. Everybody was there, but I don't think the field was ready, or we didn't have referees. There was something that was very bizarre. Oh. Okay, so there was it was canceled because apparently there was a little storm weather on the horizon. So yeah, and apparently that's a rarity of rarities, especially for a game of that magnitude. I'm sure our team, as well as the North girls, were disappointed. You're ready to go, right? As a shot there by Jen Tokash, our leading scorer this year, goes a little bit wide. So Jen, one of the seniors here, Jen and Sarah DiStefano, talk about the leadership that they've provided for you guys as kind of stalwarts who've been with this program for a long time.
Yeah, so Jen and Sarah, they've been, I know they were on JV their freshman year, varsity players since their sophomore year, so they have the most experience out of all of us, and they do a great job of just like calming us down before games. But the majority of us don't have like varsity experience, so it's hard sometimes when you're going from JV to varsity to like try to think about the games, because obviously they're like a lot faster. So they do a really great job of just calming us down before games and just always keeping a positive attitude.
Well, Sarah, of course, is a standout softball player here at Central, and she is looking to play college softball. Last I heard, Moravian was in the mix and a couple others. Moravian's a pretty high-level Division III softball program. My two sons play baseball at Scranton, so they're in the same league, and I know Moravian's at kind of the highest level. I think Jen might be a lacrosse player in the spring. I'm not totally sure of that.
No, she's committed to Ryder. For field hockey. For
field hockey,
yeah.
Okay. Well, that was my next question. So Ryder, that's a Division I program. That speaks volumes to her ability. And here comes Emma Glass with a chance, a pass, and a goal. Red Devils are on the board. Who was that?
Sarah.
Sarah DiStefano. In a flurry of Red Devil players, Emma Glass came down, passed it in front, and Sarah puts it in. I think it's her 5th goal this year.
Oh, I think that was Amanda.
Amanda got the goal?
The assist.
Assist, okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. So Sarah gets the goal, and we are 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the first period. Red Devils even this thing up. So what did we just see offensively? Describe just kind of what happened, how that play gets going.
So forwards, we have some really strong fast forwards. Main thing is just getting it down the field with speed, so you can cross it. Obviously, like we saw there, Sarah was just waiting on the post, so it was just a matter of that cross ball, which was beautiful. So just trying to get the ball downfield as quickly as possible and trying to cross it so that someone's waiting on post.
See, this is real good, Maria, because a lot of people watching, they're here, they're supporting their daughters playing or their friends, but the knowledge of field hockey, and I'm somebody who've worked in sports my entire life, my knowledge is somewhat limited. It's frankly very refreshing to hear someone explain the game. That's a good thing. So any sort of insight you have there. So right now we've got a corner coming in.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, that was great stick.
There you go. Great stick, a term I wasn't even familiar with. And who is on that one?
Lainey.
Lainey Lynott, okay.
Yeah, she's our flyer. So basically you put like the fastest person, they're just supposed to run straight to the ball, break up the play.
Okay. A flyer, okay, terrific. Well, that is the end of our first quarter. I hope you can stick around for a while, Maria, because this is great, insightful information, especially for me. I'll be perfectly honest. End of the first quarter, we've got a 1-1 tie. Red Devils rallying with a goal fairly late in the period. Sarah DiStefano ties this thing up. Now, amongst the players we had last year that were gone, Coach Sponzo's daughter is down at, Rowan, correct?
Yes.
And how's that going for her? Do you stay in touch with these girls?
Yeah, I do. Her and Sarah and Becca Woods, I talk to them all the time. So yeah, Jordan, she started a couple games for Rowan. She loves it there, and then Sarah Woods is starting for St. John Fisher.
Yep, very familiar. So St. John Fisher. Interesting. Okay, so we just got some word came up to the press box, and this is something doesn't happen too often. I think Mr. Spencer, our athletic director, will attest. We don't often hear about score changes well after they happen, but apparently the goal by Watchung Hills was waved off much earlier in the first period. So what do you think happened? I didn't see anything that indicated that.
So when on a corner, the initial shot has to hit the boards, so it can't go into the net. Otherwise, it's deemed dangerous if you have a backswing. So, like if you're going for a drive on cage, which I'm assuming that was what she did, and it goes into the net and doesn't hit the boards, that's what's considered dangerous. But if she were to lift the ball and not have a backswing and it went into the net, that would still be a goal.
Perfect explanation right there, Maria. And that is exactly what happened. Unbeknownst to us, though, it seems like the Warrior girls were celebrating on that one, and they had no reason to think of anything else but a goal. I think we all were of that mindset. So another one of those kind of interesting nuances of field hockey that I'm learning as we go. But here we go back to the St. John Fisher question. So that's where Sarah's up at St. John Fisher, correct?
Yes.
So St. John Fisher has a beautiful athletic facility. And you know why that is? The Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo Bills have their summer camp there every year. And as a result, the Bills put in a lot of money into it. So they've got a beautiful thing, as I'm sure Sarah is been attesting to how great that field is.
Yeah, she loves it there. And the field.
Very, very neat campus up there, right outside of Rochester, New York. I might have been there once or twice to watch the Buffalo Bills play. And we're getting ready to start the second quarter. Even match so far. Watchung, even I'd say in level of play, but obviously not on the scoreboard as we've retaken the lead, if you will. Watchung had a lot of offensive play in the early going. Is now bringing it up. Was Lainey Lynott. And you said she's the flyer, right? The fastest one?
Yes. Yeah.
So do you guys have, does Coach Sponzo have sprint competitions for you early in the year? Like speed competitions for the team?
Yeah, we do the timed 40-yard, and it's like whoever has that fastest time.
Gotcha. So what just happened right there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so taking a restart right outside the circle.
Okay.
Oh, that was a corner.
Okay. So Watchung will have the corner and an opportunity to even things up. And who typically, do you usually have the same girl take that corner? Is there a couple of players that you deem?
So for us, it's, oh, that was a great step up by Jen. Yeah, so for us, I'm actually usually the one that's inserting. So Laurel's doing that right now. She's doing a really good job. But yeah, we usually have the same person.
All right, so what just happened there, Maria?
So I think what happened was it should have been a block out. I couldn't really see if it hit her foot, but I think it was a block out call because the Watchung defender turned her back on Laurel.
So that's Laurel. That is
Inserting?
inserting. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you try to keep it as like smooth and flat.
Oh, there's a chance. And a goal for the Red Devils. Who'd you see that had that one, Maria?
I'm not sure. Jen had the shot, but I couldn't see.
Well, Jen Tokash took the shot.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure who put it in. But that was a goal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That should have been a goal. I just don't know how it got out of the
Okay. So we've got another one of these situations where was it or wasn't it a goal? All right. This
Oh. I think they think there's a hole in the.
Whoa.
Yeah, they do check. The refs check it all before the game, so I don't.
All
think
right,
they're
Maria.
good.
Full disclosure: I've watched hundreds, a few thousand sporting events in my life. I'm experiencing things I haven't experienced yet today. And the refs, they thought there might have been a hole in the net. That was a goal. Okay, there is a goal. All
Yes.
right. And I thought the biggest challenge was to find out who scored that goal. Now we actually had to find out, was there a goal scored? And it was. Yes. Yes.
I thought it could have been Laurel because she was on post,
Okay.
but I didn't see it be deflected off post, so I'm
Okay.
not entirely sure.
At any rate, your teammates are delighted. It's 2-0 in favor of our Red Devils. So Maria, there are jobs out there for field hockey analysts, for the Olympics and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you, if this career starts taking off, remember where it all began, right here at Stewart Field's press box. We've got 11:15 left in the second period. Jim Johnson, Frank Pichota, and Maria Ippolito calling all the action. Frank and I are just kind of standing by. We're teeing up Maria. She's doing the leg work. That was Sydney Waldron, who had a very good opportunity in front. So that's Laura putting the ball in play, correct?
Laurel, yes.
Yep. Laurel, yeah. Oh, and there's a goal. Red Devils on the board again. Who had that one?
So we did a dish pass. So ball went to Jen, and she dished it out left. I believe it was Laney who took the shot, and then someone on stroke just tipped it in.
Okay. So it's very clear Jen Tokash is in the middle of
Yeah.
pretty much everything here for Central. no surprise that Jen will continue her field hockey endeavors at the Division I level next year, right down the road at Rider University. So that's exciting news to hear. Meanwhile, more exciting to the point today, Red Devils have a 3-0 lead in a game that I'm sure you guys are eager to win. Nice win against Belvedere in the counties as Maria breaks into a big grin. Talk about what that was like. It was an overtime game, right?
Yes. Yeah, we went into double overtime. That was actually where I got hit. It did go back in, though.
So was that a real smile, or was that one of those smiles where it wasn't that great?
It was a great game. We did some really nice things. We were on grass, so going into it, we were like not super excited. The ball was pretty slow. There was a lot of mud on the field, so it wasn't the best to play on, but just being able to come away with the win was awesome.
So how many games do you guys play on turf as opposed to grass, would you say?
Well, we usually play all of them on turf.
Okay.
I think that was just like a rare thing because they don't have a varsity turf field.
Gotcha. And that's kind of a varsity thing, right? When you're playing JV and freshman, you're playing on grass.
Yeah.
So what's the difference of well, you've been on varsity most of your career, but obviously you've practiced on grass. How much faster is it moving out here?
So much faster. It's crazy. Grass, it kind of weighs the ball down. I mean, I started playing, obviously I started playing on grass, playing rec, started on grass. So, but it's just a huge difference to come to high school or play club and be on turf.
So there was a former, there's an opportunity here for Watchung Hills.
Oh,
and
that was
a goal. Now that one's going to count, right, Maria?
No. Oh, we're taking a 16, so she was outside the circle when that was shot.
Okay.
So if someone had tipped it in and touched it, it would have been a goal, but...
Gotcha. So I can take that disappointment out of my voice.
Yeah.
Turn back that excitement.
Yeah, that was good because Kelly recognized that she took it outside the circle, so she wasn't going to save it because she would just put it right back into their sticks.
Nice stop there by Kelly. Kelly Weaver, the sophomore. Netminder, as we've already talked about, both Danica Pottinker and Kelly Weaver sort of split time this year as the two sophomores are cutting their teeth at the varsity level. So we've got a corner here for Watchung.
Oh, good save.
Nice stop there, and then that one goes wide.
Yeah, that was a really great save by Kelly.
So Kelly looking sharp in the early going. So you know what's going to happen today, Maria. You are going to pick our Red Devil star of the game, and we're going to interview the star of the game. And you're going to have that burden, responsibility.
No pressure at all.
But I know you can handle it. I know you can handle it. I can see it in your eyes. So Watchung starting to put some pressure on offensively, but it's going to come back over to the Red Devils. So we're talking about grass and turf before, Kelly. So long before you were around, back in the old days when I was a kid, the St. Louis Cardinals had a shortstop named Gary Templeton. And I think it was Templeton that said, no, he said, if I ain't starting, I ain't departing. I got to remember now who had the line. If cows can't eat it, I'm not playing on it, meaning grass and artificial turf. I don't think that was Templeton. I think I have him for a different line. But can you imagine that now? I'm sure you guys very much love to play on this stuff.
There's actually special field hockey turf, AstroTurf, so colleges play.
I've seen that. It almost looks like is Mr. Spencer and I are the only ones probably up here that remember the old carpet. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like hard, very hard,
Yeah.
which AstroTurf from the 70s, 80s, and 90s was. So that's kind of what it is. So you would get pretty serious rug burns on that, though,
Yeah,
right?
so it's water-based, so they water the field like every 15 minutes. I've played on it a bunch of times before. For club, we play on it. So it's like it's also really different from this turf. It's a big adjustment, but yeah, I don't know, I love turf.
So you like this the best of all of those?
I think I like AstroTurf best.
Okay. So that turf, that college
Yeah.
turf. So do they have a name? You say it's water-based, though. Do they call it AstroTurf?
Yeah,
or?
that's what we call it.
Okay, gotcha. Because that is a pretty archaic surface now. I don't think it really exists anywhere. Definitely not anywhere at the major college or pro level, except for field hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's for usually field hockey and lacrosse play on them.
Oh, here's a chance.
Good.
Kelly gets knocked down. So what just happened there, Maria?
So the Watchung, the center forward, it was like a 1v1 almost. Kelly did a great job coming out. I think like one of the biggest problems for goalies is trying to know when to come out and be aggressive, but she does a really great job of recognizing that it's a 1v1. So, you can't let the girl take the shot. You have to go to her, and you're almost like a field player at that point.
So how many, I'm just ballpark, how many of your teammates play, I guess, club field hockey in the spring? That's kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Do a lot of girls play it?
Probably like 5 or 6 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then others, I know there's a big crossover between field hockey and lacrosse.
Yes.
Yep. That seems like maybe the most common crossover I've seen in high school sports, whether it's boys or girls.
Yeah.
And of course, Sarah plays softball in the spring. And when they're ice, do you play club?
I do, yeah. I play all year round.
So where's the nearest kind of big club in this area? And you don't have to, tell me what you want to tell me, but where do they play? At high schools or?
Usually I'm trying to think. The big clubs, they usually play high school turfs.
Okay.
I play down south, so we play at Monmouth, so they have Astro. But we also play at Capelli Sports Complex.
So Maria, I'm starting to get a vibe that you're a bit of a surface snob. You only play at places with dirt.
No.
I don't do grass.
I play on grass as long
Yes.
as I get to play field hockey. That's all I care about.
That's it. And what are we thinking about? Possible playing in college?
Since I was 7, I wanted to play in college.
I love this. Love this. Love to hear that kind of ambition and passion for it. So I'm guessing you're kind of working your way through the minefield of talking to colleges and all that.
Yeah.
We don't have to get into specifics here, but it's an exciting time.
Yeah, my mom played. She was an All-American at Hillsborough, and she played in college. So she was my first coach, and really
Where did
got
she
me
play
into it.
college?
So she went to Penn State, and she got hurt. So she played at Del Val.
Okay. Delaware Valley, of course, in Pennsylvania. So All-American at Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're field hockey royalty here. I get it.
Yeah, she was a goalie, so I know like all about goalie stuff now, even though I'm a field player. So
it's safe to say that Mom might have even steered your interest at a very young age.
yeah,
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
yeah, she put sticks in me and my brother's hands, and my brother was better than me, so I got mad. So I asked her to sign me up.
Older brother?
No, he's
Okay.
younger.
Okay. Well, we have, one of our most iconic athletes here at Hunterdon Central in the past several years, Emily Mason, who was, she was only the Gatorade High School All-American National. soccer player, and she's excelling over at Rutgers as a freshman now. Her mother was an All-American and had her number retired. She's in the Hall of Fame at Monmouth University.
Oh, wow.
So Emily obviously, was probably steered in that same right direction. In fact, I know she was. Brothers both baseball players. Interestingly enough, but I think Mr. Mason was a baseball player. In fact, I know he was. So chasing their own dreams, whichever way. It's all good. I hope our viewing audience wasn't looking for specific play-by-play here, because we're having a lot more funny. We're having a lot more fun telling stories, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what do they have out here? What's happening right now? What do we call this?
Just a free hit or restart.
Okay. We're nearing halftime. We're in the final seconds here. Chance for Watchung Hills.
Oh,
And the
no.
clock runs out on those Warriors. So a pretty good first half for our team, huh?
Yeah, we just...
What was your biggest takeaway from the first half here?
Come
on, you're a pro now.
I would say just keeping the pressure on offense, like setting the press.
Okay, so I hear the horn go off, so why are they still playing?
So if it's a corner, you have to play it out until the ball gets out of the circle.
And look what happens.
Yeah.
Our goal is scored by Watchung Hills in the final seconds. So now it becomes halftime, correct?
Yeah.
So they just play until we either get possession or they score.
Yeah, so we would have to hit the ball out past the hash marks for it to be over. So usually when it's like a minute left, coaches will just have like a player just run up the field and try to put in someone's foot in the circle to get a corner.
Yep, well, certainly a harsh way for us to end the first half, but so it goes. Still a pretty solid half, so stick around for a while, Maria. This is I'm learning more about field hockey than I've ever known before, and we're going to take a little chat with Sydney Waldron, senior forward on our Red Devils field hockey team. And let's see what Sydney has to say as the Red Devils have a 3-1 lead at halftime. And joining us today at halftime of the Red Devils game against Watchung Hills, senior Sydney Waldron. Sydney, how has the season gone so far for you guys, do you feel?
We've had our ups and downs, but I think at this point it's just a matter of learning how to work together as a team. We definitely have the talent to execute things and win games. We just have to learn how to put our skills together and really capitalize on our games and win.
So, Sydney, there was a lot of talent lost in the past couple of years. 2 years ago, we were in the state championship game. Last year, a pretty solid year, but so many of those girls left. You guys have had to develop that identity. How do you feel like it has, the team has improved as this year has gone on?
Yeah, I mean, with only 2 returning varsity starters and only 4 of us ever having the chance to step on the varsity field, I feel like we have a lot of improving to do, but I think we all have definitely the skill and the talent. It's just a matter of learning how to work as a team and communicating on and off the field and really learning how to work together.
Sydney, what have you liked most about this team so far?
I always loved field hockey because we have a really good dynamic and we just have really good team chemistry, and I think every year, no matter how many we have or how much experience they have, we always just have a lot of fun together.
And that was Red Devil senior Sydney Waldron joining us today at halftime. Thanks, Sydney. And we are back for second half action here at a beautiful day in Stewart Field. Red Devils with a 3-1 lead heading into the third period. Third period, quarter. I think we go either way. There's 4 periods. Jim Johnson, along with our special guest, the injured Maria Ippolito, who is doing a bang-up job up here, Maria. You're killing it so far. Getting great reviews from fans that are watching the game on the live stream. Speaking of live stream, it's been a busy week for us here at HCTV. Tomorrow we've got girls volleyball, 5:30. Red Devils will host the Cougars of Montgomery. But we are underway in the third quarter here. So a tough way to end the half, wasn't it, with Watchung Hill scoring in that final corner?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I think it was almost good that it was the end, because sometimes with every team, it's like after you get that goal, 2 minutes within the goal is when they're most likely to score again. So it's like always you're on your toes for the next 2 minutes, kind of. But it was good that we had that break, and I think they could just like recollect their thoughts.
And they're trying to recollect some offensive magic here. Boy, that was a rough segue. Red Devils will have it on the far side. And back come the Warriors. So we've been talking an awful lot about what's going on. How do you think the sport of field hockey is on the national level, Maria, in your opinion, in terms of college level or possibly, our Olympic teams, national teams? What's your take on all that?
So for us nationally, it's a bit interesting because field hockey is actually the third most popular sport in the world. So in countries like the Netherlands and India, they start playing like it's like their soccer almost. So they start playing when they're like 3. So nationally, like the Olympics is always a challenge for us to qualify. We didn't qualify this year, unfortunately. Oh, that was a really nice hit by Victoria. But yeah, so it's always a challenge for us on the national level, but we have but college is great. We have really strong college program. So we send a lot of really good girls to the national team. And our indoor national team is actually really doing really well this year. We qualified for the Pan American Championships think next year.
So indoor national team, how does that differ from outdoor? I assume it's got to be less players. It's got to be at a kind of an arena, a smaller field.
Yeah, so indoor you play on, it's almost like a basketball court. That's what we practice on. Different stick, because you are not allowed to lift the ball. It's not like any of the hits that we do or throws that we do. You're not allowed to do in indoor. You have to keep it on the ground 100%, or it gets called on you, which is annoying. But so yeah, we have different sticks.
So it's different in what way?
It's a lot more skill based. Like you have to have really strong like basic skills. Like your dribbling has to be really strong. You have to have really quick hands to move the ball quickly because it's obviously a faster surface.
So I would think that those who play field hockey here in the States, whether it's at the youth level, high school level, or college level, maybe take a little extra pride because it isn't that popular a game. Am I right to say that?
Yeah, it's definitely not that popular here. I've had to explain to a bunch of my friends that just because it's not popular here doesn't mean it's not popular anywhere else. But yeah, it's not a popular sport here.
Now, I've certainly come to watch it. I'll tell you the game that I've really, really taken a liking to lately is volleyball. I
love watching
I can watch volleyball. I flip on that Big Ten network pretty much every night. My daughter just started playing, goes to a different high school, but that's irrelevant. The skill level of these girls, just crazy good. Wow. Say girls, women.
Yeah, I watched volleyball like the entire Olympics, and I loved it. I don't know how they do it because I don't have that hand-eye coordination.
I don't really have any kind of coordination, Maria, so hand-eye or otherwise. So we're about a minute and a half into the... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking 12 minutes. These are 15-minute quarters. So we're 4.5 minutes into here. I was going to say, we've been rambling for a little longer than a minute and a half. A little more than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. How about that? Red Devils still hanging on to a 3-1 lead. That's Sydney Waldron applying some pressure on the outside. So what's it like when you go against a physical opponent? Teams that, and I'm sure there are, teams that just apply a little more pressure. the rules are different in field hockey. I understand. It's not like ice hockey where you can knock people around, but there's a certain degree of physicality. What's that experience like?
I think at that point it's like almost all mental because you have to make the quickest decisions in the world. Like you don't really have that time to pass up, to pre-scan and like look up. So it's like all mental, pre-scanning before you pass, knowing where everyone is on the field, just stuff like that.
And a corner here for Watchung Hills. We are at 9:15 left and counting in the third quarter. Okay, so what just happened there?
So I'm trying to see, someone going back? Or are they? Oh.
Yeah, except they're
so the girl for Watchung entered the circle before the ball was inserted. So that was really good job by Lainey staying there.
Okay, so she just completely whiffed on that shot. Lainey hit it.
Yeah.
Why did they blow the whistle?
So if she wasn't there, that wouldn't have been a foul, but because she missed the ball, it's considered dangerous because there was a defender in the area.
I see. Okay.
That's a lot of pressure being at the top of the circle, so I don't blame her because I've done that before. But, yeah, that was really nice by Lainey to recognize that.
And that was Sydney Waldron, in the middle of the action there. Sydney was our halftime guest today. Hopefully you enjoyed our chat with her. Sydney, one of 6 senior Red Devils on this year's team. As we've been talking about it kind of at length in the early part of our broadcast. A lot of new faces, but everyone's getting very comfortable. You know, it's just the nature of the beast, right, Maria? When you have new players, a young team, after a while, after a couple of weeks, it's your new normal.
Yeah.
You guys have all been practicing together. This is our team now.
Yeah. Everything is like muscle memory at this point, so now it's just all mental. Like making sure if you make a mistake, you know, you don't let it affect you. But yeah, we kind of like gelled, you want to say.
How long does it take? And this is sort of an open-ended question that's pretty hard to answer, but new players coming up to play here at the highest level at this school, we've now become a pretty good field hockey school, right? How long do you think it takes a girl when she first gets here at the varsity level to kind of get her footing on the ground, know that she's part of this one? Is there a way that you can quantify that or not really?
I would say, I think it depends on the person. Just like the support system around you is the biggest thing. Like obviously you have the skills to be at the varsity level, but you know, sometimes I know I did this when I was younger too. It's like it's hard because you don't want to let down older players. So there's a lot more pressure, in my opinion. But it's just like recognizing that you have the skills to be there. It's just at that point, you know, just putting yourself in the position to do well and not letting mistakes upset you.
So in your case, Maria, you were a freshman, so you started the season on the JV team and then got moved up, or how did that work?
I did. So I played. I was moved up from the freshman team my freshman year, and then played JV. And I got a chance to watch varsity. And then sophomore year was my first full year being with the team.
I see.
Yeah, but freshman year I got a chance to bond with everyone. And,
Yep. Yeah, no, it's certainly very important because I'm going to guess because of that, once your sophomore year started, you felt like you were ready. This is
Yeah.
And of course, your freshman year was back in the pre-pandemic days after the world took a wild turn in every facet of life. Last year's team, it was fortunate in so many ways that the fall sports did get to play, but it wasn't what everyone was kind of hoping for. We had modified, shortened seasons. There was no state tournament, and it was clearly better than the alternative, but it wasn't what we were hoping for. Here's a chance for Watchung Hills. Not able to hold on to that one.
Oh, yeah, that was really nice passing combination, but Marissa did a great job of putting pressure on the baseline.
Looked like the Warriors just couldn't quite finish that one off on a nice drive. So last year, I want to say we played 10 games or so.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, 10 games or so, and I know we played a playoff game. Got knocked out, and again, it was good after the spring and summer of just a desolate fields for everybody in every sport. It was great to at least have the students back playing, but this year I imagine it's felt a lot more normal, pretty much in every way.
Yeah, we had a full preseason this year, which we didn't have last year, and then starting in August as opposed to like the middle of September. I think our first game was October 1st last year.
That sounds about right. Yep, that's right. All the sports started right around that.
Yeah, so it's different, but I'm just glad to be back.
Yep. No doubt about that. So what has the experience playing for Coach Sponzo been like for you?
I've loved playing for her. I think she does a really good job of just letting everybody know like the team's values. So that's, our team values are something that we're all held to. Like we're all held to a really high standard for that, which I really appreciate because she makes sure that everyone's 100% in it. And she'll call you out if you're not. If you're not all in.
Yep, not pulling your weight.
Yeah. So, and I think, we all really appreciate the fact that she holds us to a higher standard because I think it makes us better.
Coach has been on the sidelines here at Central for quite a few years. I don't know where she ranks in our longevity with all our coaches, but she's certainly getting up there. I don't mean that in a way. 12th year. Excuse me, her 21st year as head coach. Wow, did I actually just say about a woman she's actually getting up there? Coach, I didn't mean anything by that, trust me. Now, Coach and I have a very good relationship. Wow, 21st year. So that has to make her almost the dean of coaches here at Central. Whether she's number one or not, I can't say for sure, but she certainly is seasoned veteran here. Coach Anson Smith, I'm told, at 15th year. Coach Calhoun, girls soccer's been here about a dozen years too. And we had Coach Falco with boys basketball, and he has retired. I don't want to say retired, but he's moved on. And this year we have Coach Tristan DeFazio, a colorful character around campus, making his varsity debut for our Red Devils boys basketball team. We're gonna get on a rabbit hole, Mr. Spencer, soon here. But yeah.
Oh.
We've got a minute to go left in the third period. Coach Eric Wasserman of our bowling team here at Central has been here. He's got to be the dean. Yeah. Yes. Coach Wasserman just retired last year as a teacher. Here we go on a corner. Here's a chance for the Red Devils.
Oh.
Not quite control. What just happened there? Help me out, Maria.
Okay, so we got the corner because the Watchung defender deliberately put the ball over the end line. I think it was Olivia Eichhorn that sent the ball in. So that was really nice ball. And then the shot, I believe, was the pass to Jen was a bit bouncy. From what I could see, I don't know. So she had a hard time controlling it.
as we have the former Central alums are in attendance today. I think we must be hitting a fall break or something. Maria, this has been a real pleasure for me to talk a little field hockey with you. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
And I don't know how long you're going to be sidelined, but we're going to be back up here next week, so keep it in mind, girl.
Okay.
Love to have you back up here. Maria Ippolito doing a great job here as we end the third quarter. Red Devils with a 3-1 lead. And one of Maria's assignments, Mr. Johnson's giving homework. She's going to pick out the player of the game and send up that interview. So don't forget about us, Maria, okay?
Okay, I won't.
Good talking to you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, that was Maria Ippolito. And Frank Pechota is going to come back, and we are going to finish this broadcast. Red Devils with a 3-1 lead after 3 periods of play. And Frank, gee, I feel like I've gotten an infusion of field hockey knowledge here talking to Maria.
As have I. I've been sitting over there gaining a lot of knowledge that I did not know before.
Hopefully we're not tested on that knowledge, though, because it might be, I don't know about you, but that test might be a little rough. But delightful guest, Maria Ippolito, sidelined with injury, but she's hoping to be back playing for the Red Devils very soon. But the welcome mat is here for her if she's able to join us again before the year's over. No disrespect to you, Frank Pechota,
No, she
but you
knows
understand.
her stuff way more than me.
Yep,
So.
understood. So we are after 3 quarters here on this beautiful day for soccer. No score, soccer. We had a lot of soccer lately, but it's field hockey today. 3-1 after 3 periods of play. No scoring after Watchung scored off the corner to end the first half. We have now gone to a 4th quarter. Central looking for its 4th win of the season and looking for a season sweep of the Warriors. Central got off to a good start this year with a win against Watchung Hills. A bit of a bumpy road since then, but again, as Maria and I discussed at length, a lot of new faces this year, so a lot of girls getting their feet wet at this level, and it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and who knows here? With a win here, maybe build some momentum, get a couple wins going, and maybe get back closer to 500 at the end of the year.
Exactly, and as of course field hockey fans here at Central will vividly recall, it was just 2 years ago. I want to say the Red Devils were around 4-7 or 5-7 at this point of the season, having what would have been at that point looked like in a kind of a lackluster season, and they caught fire and never lost again. So that was a most memorable run. Central winning the sectional and then winning against Ridge in the state semifinals. So going to the championship game, as I said before, against Eastern High School, an absolute machine of a program. That's as far as you're going to go at this level, and that's what they did. So that was truly a highlight here of sports at Central. As Watchung starts offensively in this final quarter, you get the feeling that one more goal, Frank, might just kind of put this one away for the Red Devils.
Yeah, after that scoreless third quarter, still 3-1. I think you're right. I think one more goal might be the nail in the coffin here.
So we're about a minute into the 4th quarter here. Jim Johnson with Frank Pechota. A beautiful day for field hockey at Stewart Field. As we're starting to see the shadows make their way, we are getting into that month of October. Well, heck, we're well into October now, and those days are getting shorter. Still plenty warm, though. Central put this one into play. Clock continues to move on a corner. That's number 7, Sarah DiStefano. Back to Tokash. Tokash kind of in the middle of everything, Frank. We noted in the first half, Jen Tokash going to Ryder, Division I. Obviously, kind of an exceptional player here at Central. Another corner for the Red Devils. That is Laurel Hanrahan to put it in play. Tokash can't control it. And it'll go back to the Warriors. I failed to mention, Frank, that, and I usually do when we play Watchung Hills if the crowd is subjected to me having to announce, but I'm a big fan of brown and gold.
They are pretty nice colors.
This is not a very popular combination of colors, but San Diego Padre uniforms, they kill it.
They're very nice.
Ah,
yeah.
love them. So most people say brown and yellow. That's kind of yuck. Not me. I think it's very cool.
Nah, some teams can pull it off pretty well.
Yep. Now the Warriors aren't quite at the level of the Padres.
Not
but,
quite.
Boy, those Padre uniforms they got now are working. But the team on the field this year, oh, talk about a disaster. Whoa.
Bit of a downhill slope at the end there.
Oh, my goodness. And here was a team that was supposed to compete with the Dodgers. How about that Dodger game last night? Did you make it up for the end?
I did. It was a great ending. Walk-off home run.
Some of us were falling asleep all through the night, and I got to the point where I was sitting up to watch the end, and I still fell asleep. Next thing you know, I see them celebrating. So I had no cat in the fight, but I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of glad to see the Dodgers win because this Dodgers-Giants playoff series should be a good one.
Yeah, they've never faced off in the playoffs either, I was reading, so that should be
excuse me. There was once a shot heard round the world, maybe the most famous home run of all time. That was a playoff game, albeit the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants.
Okay,
but
yeah, that's.
you can
San
ask your
Francisco
grandpa about
versus
what was
LA.
what was the
probably could,
biggest
yeah.
baseball moment in history. Probably you'd probably have to go back and ask your grandfather if he's still around. But if he's a baseball fan, he's going to say the shot heard around the world. But yes, they have not played since they've been out in the West
San
Coast.
Francisco and LA.
Yeah. So we've gone off the rails a little bit, folks. We're talking about old time baseball, but Frank and I are a couple of baseball fans up here. And my attitude toward the playoffs, Frank, I just root for the Yankees to get knocked out. Once they're out, I don't really care who
I'm a
wins.
little offended by that. I'm a big Yankee fan.
Yeah, that was a fun night on Tuesday. I really enjoy those games.
Personally, that was a tough night for me. So
Yeah.
it was disappointing way down.
Yeah, you'll grow stronger from it. Trust me.
Yep. Hopefully the team will too.
I'm a longtime Detroit Lion fan, so losing makes you grow a little bit stronger. Yeah, that's a big yikes.
That is a big yikes. That's a tough.
That's a yikes with one playoff win in my lifetime. And I'm as old as I look. Watch, I'm putting a little bit of pressure now offensively. Central really just trying to kind of get it out of their defensive territory and preserve this lead.
Yeah, they had a lot of people down there. They didn't seem like they were going to get too much closer than that in that situation, but.
Nice crowd here for the game today. And as I stated, there are a handful of recent alums here, home for fall break, obviously, from their respective colleges. So where else would you rather be than back at your high school watching your old sport play? As Watchung has a shot here, an opportunity to score, and they do. Warrior goal. And that tightens things up. We've still got 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in this one. Suddenly, Frank Pashota, it's a 3-2 game.
It is one goal, and we're all tied up. I think we might need to stop talking about baseball and focus on this close game here.
Yeah, so we're going to get back on track here. So it's been a while since Red Devils have put it in the cage, is the term we want to use.
learned that one earlier.
Yes, I did learn.
That. Neither was I.
I was trying to be a sponge for as much knowledge that I could get. So 3-2 with 8.5 to go in the final period. And the Warriors seeming a little energized here. They've had a rough season with just 2 wins, including a loss to Central to start this one. So they're certainly hungry for a victory here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a win versus the team that beat you earlier in the year. You always want to come and just kind of get your revenge.
Absolutely. Kind of like what the Red Sox did after losing 6 in a row to the Yankees at the end of the year, right?
Yep, a little bit.
Kind of like that.
You're just pouring some salt in the wound here, Mr. Johnson.
I'm good at doing that, Frank. Salt in the wound, that was one of my specialties. I'm really not a good guy. All right, so the Red Devils will put this one into play. Of course, that's Jen Tokash, who seems to be involved in everything here. Out at midfield, that's Glass, sends it down. Central ball.
Oh, is that off the foot there, I believe?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You learned that from Maria, didn't you? There you go.
I was paying attention.
The things we're learning.
Yep.
So you must be a good student, Frank. You pay attention in class.
I was paying attention.
That's it. I like that.
Gotta learn.
Don't worry, I'm not going to report to any of your teachers here at Central about, is Frank as good a student as he is up in the press box? He's a good listener.
I like to think I am.
That's it. That's it. Opportunity now for the Red Devils.
Great move there.
Tokash, shot, stopped. And the rebound goes wide. Good shot, good opportunity there, Frank, to put that, put the goal that probably would ice it, but still remains 3-2.
Yeah, good ball movement, getting it close to the goal, but good play by the Watchung goalie to keep that one from going in.
Central at this point would be very happy just to keep the ball down at this end of the field. I believe that's my first Captain Obvious moment of the day, but it needed to be said.
Got a couple claps up here.
Yes.
For that one.
How's that go, Sean, with Captain Obvious? It's this? Okay. Yes. Okay. Here we go. It's Lauren Kenny, number 30. Keeping that one up. Whistle blows. As it frequently does in this sport.
Yeah, it's tough, especially with that hitting it off the feet. It seems to happen a lot, especially just easy to happen.
There's Kenny.
Ooh.
Pass is taken away. Back the other way come the Warriors. Now 5 minutes remain in the regulation. Red Devils just want to get this one down. Tokash on the side. That was Icorn. Ball taken away. Glass applying some defensive pressure on the far side. Less than 4.5 to go.
Yeah, big swing and a miss there. It's just called for a dangerous hit, I believe. Went a little too high. Yeah.
It's called a dangerous play or dangerous action. What did Maria call it?
I think it was just a dangerous hit, right?
Dangerous hit. Okay.
Yeah, because if it goes too high, you're gonna hit somebody in the face. Definitely don't want that.
And here we go. Red Devils bringing it down. That's Eichhorn, Olivia Eichhorn. Stays in the Watchung zone. Clock continues to move. 3:20 to go. So Watchung makes a couple of substitutions. Trying to get fresh legs in. Less than 3 minutes to go now. Warriors have an opportunity here. Here's a chance for Watchung. Oh, nice save there.
Beautiful
by
play.
Kelly Weaver. Kelly coming up big, but there will be a corner here. So we've got 2:35 and counting. Big chance here for the Warriors.
Yeah, this is exactly the opportunity they were looking for to try and tie this up, see if Central can stop them.
Clock continues to move. Watchung not able to convert right away, but here's a chance. And it's free, and it is not a goal.
Off the foot.
Went off a foot, so no goal scored. Holding our collective breaths there for a minute, but no goal. So the Red Devils maintain the 3-2 lead. We are under 2 minutes to go, and Central brings it down. And here's a chance now for Central. The shot is stopped. DeStefano with a chance. Down to a minute and a half to go. Warriors need to hurry it up. Send it back. Central obviously looking to keep this one in their offensive zone. Now 1:15 to go. Victoria Stefanik battling for the ball. Here the Watchung coach imploring her players to hurry up. We've got 50 seconds and counting. 50-5-0. Clock continues to move now. 35 seconds. Warriors have to hurry here. Here's a shot. Central just looking to clear this thing. 20 seconds and counting.
Great job by the Central defense, not even letting the ball get to the goalie there. Keeping it out.
Here we go. We're down to 11 seconds, Frank. They've got to do something quick.
8, 7, 6. Oh, another good play there.
Central able to clear it, and I think that will do it. And it does. The Hunterdon Central Red Devils hold on, and I do mean barely hold on, to a 3-2 win over Watchung Hills. Much needed victory for our Red Devils here to Skylands Conference matchup. As Central improves to 4-7. What was your biggest takeaway in this one, Frank? Let's see how well your notes were.
Well, I learned a lot of off the foots in field hockey. Central played well. That last goal definitely made it a little tighter than they probably would have wanted, but they played really good defense there in that last minute because the ball was really right next to the goal that whole time, but didn't let one up. Hunterdon
Central defeats Watchung Hills by the final score of 3-2 for Frank Bichota. And for Maria Ippolito, I'm Jim Johnson. Hope you enjoyed this game today, and we will see you on the volleyball court at 5:30 tomorrow here on the live stream.